Mi nombre es Sunny y el español es mi vida. If you want to learn Spanish quickly and effectively, this is the book that you need to incorporate in your learning journey. This book is the holy grail. I swear by it. I would back it up 110%. I honestly think the way that it shifts your mindset in Spanish is remarkable. I don't think it gets talked about enough. So the book is this baby. So I'm going to give you the cons and the pros about this book, and by the end of the video you should be able to make your own decision if you want to incorporate this in your Spanish journey. I don't see why you wouldn't, but let's just get right into it. So let's start with the good stuff, because I'm always positive. You guys know that. Pro number one is I love that this book is set up for you to think still in English, where it's not like you're not going to be translating, but the way that it is allowing you to recognize English words and to understand the similarity in Spanish is remarkable. It's one of my favorite parts of this book. I think it really changes your mindset about Spanish, and I love that. A second pro is the chapters are really short, so you can be disciplined. The chapters are really, really short, and so you can actually say, okay, this week I'm just going to work on this chapter. The third pro about this book is it allows you to use all forms of learning, okay? It even says on the back, read, write, and speak Spanish, okay? And so it gives you an exercise at the end of every lesson, and it allows you to read out loud, and it allows you to speak. I really adore that about this book. The fourth pro is they came out with an Audible version. I have 3 versions of this book, okay? I have it on Kindle, I have it this way, the paperback, and I also have it on Audible. Okay, so let's jump right into the cons. What I do not like about this book is it does not give the form to. You guys know I have an accent. I'm from Baltimore, so I might have just said to, do, bubblegum boo. I don't know how the rest of the world say to. I guess you all say toe, to. See, I just can't understand. It's only 2 letters, T-O. How am I saying it so different? So I said to. What is it? How do you say it correctly? Someone please tell me, because it sounds the same to me. It's only 2 letters. But either way, what was I talking about? Okay, yeah. So back to the con. It does not use the form to. So what that means is it only does yo, él, ella, usted. It goes to nosotros, ellos, ustedes, but there is no to. Okay? And so what that means is this is proper Spanish. It's the usted form. Okay? It's never teaching you how to speak when you're just speaking to a friend. So it's missing that whole to form, which I thought was really strange. And I got through half of the book before I realized, wait a minute, something isn't right here, because it's given so many shortcuts of how to learn Spanish that I didn't even notice that the to form was never being addressed, because the way the book is set up, it doesn't tell you like el, ella, usted. Like, it's not set up that way. So it took me a while to realize I'm missing a whole form of to. So that's just an FYI. It's still worth, in my opinion, in mi opinión, it's still completamente worth reading this book, learning from this book. My second con is it's a bit outdated, okay? Meaning some of the sentences people would not say anymore in 2025. You know, I don't even think older people would be saying these sentences these ways in 2025. That's going to be it for me. So that's going to be my only 2 cons. Now, let me show you a few examples of this book. Let's actually get into the book. Let me show you a few examples. How I would recommend you use Audible is still purchasing the physical book so that you can listen to the Audible and you can read along with the book. And that way you are hearing the accents Okay, you can repeat the words by listening to the audible version of the book. But then you also have the physical book to read along, to do the exercises, and not to get too overwhelmed with finding the PDF that comes along with the audible. I really think that would be the best way to get the most out of this. Listen to a chapter as you're reading along and do the exercise on a separate sheet of paper. Let me give you a sample of an audible. Let me give you a sample of how a portion sounds in Audible. This is a conversation portion that's in the book.
Conversación.
¿Es popular el actor?
Is the actor popular?
Sí, el actor es popular.
¿Es terrible el profesor?
Is the professor terrible?
No, el profesor no es terrible. El profesor es excelente.
So I'm going to give you an example of the structure of the book so you can understand how helpful this is going to be as you are on your journey and with you already knowing English for those who already know English. Okay, so we're going to go over category 2 and I'm going to put it on the screen so that you can see where I'm at, okay, in the book. So let's look at how simple this is. Next, there's a category of words that end in al. These are often identical in Spanish and English. Here are the words. It's el animal, el canal, el central, see? Comercial. So that's the same words in English. You are just changing the sound of the N. Animal turns into animal. Let's find a word for you to try on your own. How would you say capital in Spanish? Capital ends in AL, so how would you say that in Spanish? I'll give you a few seconds. Capital. It's so simple, right? Capital. What about accidental? Accidental. Let's do one more, just to show you how easy this is. What about brutal? Brutal. See? Es muy fácil. Brutal. So that's an example of how this book works. I have given you audio version. I have given you some real live examples on the screen. I hope this helped. I 100% recommend this book. I think anyone who is learning Spanish needs to add this to their collection ASAP. It's only $9.99 on Amazon, and I did put the link in the description. Have you ever read a book in Spanish? What is some of the books that you've been using to help you along your journey? Or is this going to be your first book? If it is, let me know in the comments down below. This is a brand new channel and I really need your support. I really need you to go ahead and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe. I promise not to be too annoying. Well, I actually cannot promise that. They done gave me a camera and a mic, y'all. I cannot promise that. Let me rewind. Let me take that back. I can't promise that I won't be annoying. However, I will promise that I will show up for you and you will get better with Spanish and we will grow together. Muchas gracias. Nos vemos pronto. Ciao.